Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us today for today's webinar on how to build an email list fast on a tight budget. List building is crucial to email marketing, so I'm glad that there is so many people interested in how to do it. So let's just wait a few more seconds so that everyone can join us in the room. And in the meantime, it would be great if you could let me know if the sound quality is okay. So please use the chat and type in if you can hear me well. Yeah, I guess, okay, cool. So the sound quality is perfect. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Renato. Okay, hi, Tom. Great. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, so before we start, just let me know where you're joining us from. Yeah, cool. We've got Christus from Cyprus. Oh, yeah, we've got Germany, Ireland, Miami. Cool. Romania. Fantastic. Yeah, nice. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, so before we start, let me go over a few housekeeping items. So my name is Irek, and I'm here today with Sezgin and with Alex. So together we'll just run the webinar and moderate the discussion. So we'll do our best to answer all your questions. So whenever you feel like, just type in any kind of question you have. So either I'm going to answer it immediately, or we will just wait for it. We'll keep it till the end, because we are also planning to just have a short Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So that's cool. The webinar will take approximately 30 minutes. So I'll do my best to just put everything. Just to make sure that we're not spent too long. So learn how to start building a high quality email list, what are lead magnets and how to use them, and also how to calculate your cost per lead. So yeah, there is actually plenty of things we'll talk about. I've already told you about the Q&A session, so definitely there's going to be one at the end. And as usual, we're recording the webinar, and we'll send you an email with the recording in the next few days. Yeah, okay, so let's get it started. So the first thing is that actually, your email contact list is your property. You probably, as marketers, as people interested in online marketing, you know that there is like this division into owned, paid, and earned media, right? So email contact list, this is something you own. So actually, if you have your list of subscribers, you can be sure that you can send them relevant messages, relevant emails anytime you wish, and actually you can make sure that you will reach your contact list. Yeah, I mean, you will reach the people on your list. As you all know, if you use social media, you can't really rely on the organic traffic. Yeah, this is why actually it's like paid media. So in fact, you need to just allocate some budget, and of course you can use social media effectively to generate leads, to actually reach your target audience. We're going to talk about it soon. But the thing is that your contact list, this is going to be something that you own, and this is your property, right? So if you do it well, if you have like high quality email list, this is going to be your biggest business asset. Cool. Okay, so let's start with high quality email list. What is it actually? What does it mean? So the thing is that actually you want to reach your target audience, and target audience, these are people actually who are your potential customers. So of course you could actually build a contact list really fast, but you need to think about the quality. So actually, are the people on your list really interested? Is there a chance actually that they will buy something from you eventually, or are these people going to engage with your messages? So yeah, just make sure that first you actually answer this very basic but very important question: who is your target audience, right? So when you define it, then actually everything else is quite simple, because this will help you immensely with your list building efforts, because you will actually know what kind of lead magnet is going to be effective. You know actually how to create, I mean, you know, what kind of information are relevant and valuable to your potential customers. So make sure that first you actually, you know, analyze and you know who you are after, basically, right? Okay, so then you need basic list building resources. And the first resource that you need is a web form, right? So here is an example of a web form. This is a subscription form that appears on the website as a pop-up. This is, of course, like, you know, one of many different kinds of web forms. But I wanted to use this example in particular because it is very, very simple to say, but this is really well created. So as you can see, you've got this incentive. So you know that actually if you're going to sign up, you'll get this 15% off your next purchase, right? So this incentive is really clear. And then you've got this box where you just put your email address, and you've got a button with a clear call to action. Yeah, so it's like save 15%. So I guess that, you know, a lot of people who are actually going to buy something online, this is going to be very effective, and actually this incentive makes it worthwhile to subscribe. Yeah, so basically, you know, a lot of people will give it a go. Another example, so here another pop-up. It is still very simple. As you can see, there is incentives. Yeah, so actually, yeah, you know why it's a good idea to sign up. So you've got this great picture, and it's a pizza. So, you know, come on, like everybody likes pizza, right? So then you still know that when you sign up, you're gonna get exclusive offers, some recipes, yeah, cooking tips. So it's a very, very good idea actually to just inform people right away why they should subscribe. Yeah. So why is it? Why should I? Why should I subscribe to your list? So, you know, think about your web form, but also think about, like, you know, those elements like an incentive. Think about, like, you know, the information you need. So these are the very basic ones. You need an email address. Of course, you can ask for a name and email address. This way you will be able actually to, you know, personalize your copy. So you will be able to use the name, right? But you can actually ask for a lot more information. But the thing is that you need to think about, like, you know, the quantity and quality, because the shorter your subscription form is, the more people will subscribe, yeah, because this is very easy. All I need to do here in this example, I just need to just type in my email address and boom, press the call to action button and everything is clear. But of course, if you are actually interested in some information, some other information, and you know that you're going to use it, you know that you're actually after, you know, some for example, if you think about your potential customers, right? So these are people from certain companies with, I don't know, like, you know, certain titles, or from a particular region of the world. So of course, you can create a web form like this one. So this is like more complex, and of course, you know, it takes more time to complete it, but still, this is a good choice for everyone who is thinking about high quality email list. And, you know, it's better basically to have fewer subscribers, but, you know, subscribers actually who are your potential customers, right? So that's it. Another resource that you should definitely have is a landing page. Yeah. So here is an example of a very simple landing page, and this landing page is with a subscription form. So as you can see, that, well, maybe just let me clarify. So a landing page is a very simple website, and here our goal, because we are talking about list building today, so here our goal will be to create a landing page, a very simple website with a web form, and the number one and the only goal of this website actually is to make people subscribe. Yeah. So as you can see, this is this website with a web form, and here you've got the incentive with the lead magnet, and we're going to talk about lead magnets in the moment. So here, like, you know, grab my free ebook, 7 spicy recipes, right? And then you just put your name, your email address, and boom, here is a button with a clear call to action. So everything is really, it looks really simple, and it's not difficult to subscribe. So yeah, we've got a web form, we've got the landing page, and we need lead magnets, right? So lead magnet is basically anything that is valuable for your target audience. So this is why actually I started with target audience and with potential customers, because if you think about effective lead magnets, you need to know what your potential customers will find valuable, because a lead magnet is anything that is valuable for them, so you will be able to use it in exchange for their email address. Yeah, so people will basically want to sign up to your newsletter in order to receive something. So here is an example I found recently online. It's very cool in my opinion. I mean, it's definitely very well structured. So this is a really nice website. This is like School of Calisthenics, right? And then just when we think about, I mean, just let's take a look at this segment. So here we've got a web form at the top of this segment with a very, like you've got your email address, first name, last name, yeah, and then we've got a download button, still very clear. You can see it right away, and then the call to action is clear. And here we also have a short description. Plus, there is, like a short paragraph from a satisfied subscriber. Yeah, so actually, people recommend it. So this is nice. Another incentive actually. So this is definitely going to help to convince people to sign up. Good news for everyone is that actually, if you use GetResponse, you can create everything I've said or everything I've mentioned in GetResponse, right? Because you can create your custom web form, you can create a landing page. Of course, you need to figure out your lead magnet because it all depends on your target audience. But basically, everything you need to start building your email list is actually a feature of GetResponse. Yeah, so that's going to be the easy part. Right. So now let's just think about the 6 steps to build your list fast on a budget, right? So okay, the first thing is to create your resources. So remember about this web form, landing page, and the lead magnet. Yeah, so just figure out what is going to be valuable, because of course even if you think about like a discount coupon, it is a lead magnet, of course. It might be an ebook, it might be a checklist, it might be any kind of content that your potential customers will find valuable. For example, if you sell something, like, I don't know, let's just think about like TVs. So you could, for example, create a very short but valuable piece of content on how to choose the perfect TV for like. So yeah, just think about it, be creative, and then create a web form and create the landing page. The cool thing about the landing page is that you're going to get the link, and then you can actually use social media or any kind of other online medium to promote it. So you will be able to share the link with everyone, and yeah, people will be able to just land on your landing page and then sign up. Yeah, okay, cool, boom. So you, as I mentioned before, you can create that in your GetResponse. In GetResponse, right? Okay, then you can use social media to reach target audience, and this is something that we need to talk about it, and this is something you'll need to allocate some budget for. For example, if we think about Facebook, here is an example of Facebook lead ads. So you can use social media to reach your target audience, right? So again, you need to think about it first. You need to actually, consider like the right people who you want to sign up to your contact list. And then this is how it looks, more or less. So as you can see, this is like a banner, right, with the call to action button, like sign up, and then you've got this short description. Everything is explained why you should subscribe, yeah, because you will get the coupon code for the first purchase. You will get regular updates, yeah. You will also become a member, and you will get exclusive offers, so on and so forth. So actually, think about all the incentives and think about why people should subscribe. And then, if you've convinced, or actually when you've reached the right people, they just, Facebook actually just does it for you, because they use the data provided, right? And people can sign up to your list very easily. So when we think about the budget and cost, yeah, so for example, when you spend some budget on Facebook lead ads, so then you need to focus on cost per lead, right? So this is a very straightforward, simple example. So, we're thinking about like $30, yeah? So if you spend your $30, you might get like, 10 leads. Of course, it will depend on the kind of people you want to you will actually go after, yeah. So this is just kind of like a random idea. So you can be sure that actually it's going to be very different depending on the situation, depending on your business, and depending on the people you want to reach out to. But here, for the sake of like pure calculation, we've got this cost per lead, right? So when you spend $3, you get 10 leads. So you know that it costs you $3 to get the lead, yeah. By lead, I mean a subscriber who is your potential customer, yeah. So here we're just getting back to this very, very important aspect of knowing your target audience. And then we also should just focus on campaign ROI, yeah. So when you know that you spend like $30 to get your leads, so the total revenue, right? Let's say that these 10 out of these 10 people, I don't know, 5 of them or 3 of them bought something, and it just brought you the revenue of like $100. So basically, 100 minus 30 is $70, and then your ROI will be 233%, right? So this is something that will also help you navigate through different kind of activities using paid channels like social media. You will be able to just calculate everything, and then actually you will be sure that you make money, not lose, yeah. And it just gives you the idea on how to actually use social media to build your email list fast and effective, yeah. So the thing is that you control the budget, because you actually decide on how much money you spend, and you can be sure that you will actually reach people who will fit the criteria of your target audience. Another idea, if we think about social media, so let's think about groups. This is an example of our group. It's like landing pages groups. So guys, if you're interested, you can always join it. And the thing is that try to be active. So again, when you know your target audience, you will be able to find certain groups where actually people who are your potential customers meet. So try to be active there, publish something, share a link. So then, of course, if you have your landing page with your web form, you can always post some valuable comment and then ask people to subscribe, because they will, for example, learn more, yeah, or just they get something valuable. Another idea, use Quora, for example. So this is a cool one, a cool reply. So I guess that how Quora works. The idea is that people post questions and then answer them. So here we've got, like, for example, the question is like, what books are recommended to learn about building an online marketplace? And you've got fine, short answer to this question with a link to your blog, right? So, I mean, with a link to the blog. And of course, as you can imagine, then, when you go to the blog, there is a web form, there is a subscription form. So if anybody is interested, they can, sign up and join the contact list. So this is actually how you can use their online, assets and actually convince people to join your list. Another thing, partner up with other businesses. Yeah, so this is really important. If you know anybody who is just running a business, and of course it is not your competitor, but I'm pretty sure that we can actually figure out some really mutually beneficial partnerships. So yeah, like think about reaching out to those audiences, and this is an example. There is a website called Art of Manliness, right? And you've got bunch of cool content, and this is one of the companies that does email marketing really well. And as you can see, this is a fragment of an email I received today, actually. And as you can see, there is another company, it's Huckberry, right? And there is this call to action button like shop now. But think about using other people's newsletters to just promote your business through that, and you know, like try to get the traffic. Yeah, so think about other businesses that you can partner up with and ask them for, like, you know, co-promotion, like, you know, co-campaign. Try to do something together, because this way you will be able to reach the contact list of, you know, the other people, and of course these people can, you know, reach people on your list. So this is a win-win situation. Yeah, if you think about, you know, if you can figure out a good partnership, then it's going to be mutually beneficial. Run a webinar. Yeah, this is another thing, and as you all know, this is a GetResponse feature, so it's not going to be a problem to, like, you know, prepare a webinar. So you've got the technology available, and you know, today's webinar might be an example. Yeah, that we are actually thinking about something of value. Yeah, and we are, you know, because we are all online marketers, email marketers. So this topic on actually how to build an email list might be interesting for a lot of people in our industry. So this is why organizing a webinar is also a cool idea. So of course you will create a lot of resources around it, because you will create your landing page promoting the webinar. There's going to be a web form, yeah, and then yeah, you run the event, and of course you later on, you know, you are in contact with everybody who participated and with people who maybe just registered but didn't participate. So, you know, the thing is that your list will definitely grow, and the cool thing is that the topic of your webinar will resonate with your target audience, so still you can reach out to potential customers, right? Yeah. All right. So then after another idea actually is to build your list offline. Yeah, so make sure that you actually use all the other ways. It doesn't need to be online necessarily, right? If we're thinking about building a list, so for example, you know, if you also like if you have a regular shop, yeah, like, you know, retail, some physical location, so then actually think about ways you could actually ask people or invite people to subscribe. You can still, like, you know, offer the same as we saw in the example, in the e-commerce example at the very beginning. So you can actually offer people, like, you know, 5% discount or 10% discount while they are at, you know, point of sale. And then I'm pretty sure that actually people will be glad that, you know, that you offer them something during the purchase, so they can save money. At the same time, you can build your list. And since, like, you know, these are your customers already, yeah, these are people who visited your physical location. So then you can be sure that these are the right people. And when you use, like, you know, when you segment your list properly, and when you use marketing automation, you will be also able, for example, to promote or just to reach out to people who subscribed through your physical location, like, you know, they subscribed offline. And you could just, you know, communicate with them differently. You could just send them some other offers, exclusive offers, invite them back to your shop. So actually it just also gives you a lot of you know, different opportunities, because if you have, like, you know, if you build your list in, like, you know, online, offline, and actually use a lot of techniques, so then when you segment your list properly, you can also, like, you know, create very personalized and, you know, well-targeted communication to those different groups, because you can also imagine, like, you know, people, maybe people who that you will reach out to on social media, maybe this will be, like, you know, different kind of, you know, it's going to be a different group than people who visited your website or visited your blog or whatever. So still, it's a good idea actually to track the source. So it's a good idea to track actually how did these people subscribe. Okay, so yeah, segmenting your list. This is something really important. So I just wanted to show you an example. I think it's a cool example of very simple marketing automation workflow, but it's going to be really effective. So yeah, just take a look at that. So here, as you can see, this is like, subscribe via page. So imagine a landing page with a web form. Yeah, you can all create it yourself briefly after the webinar. So the idea is very simple, that you create a landing page with a web form, and then you can use your marketing automation to create a very short cycle. So the first thing is, whenever somebody subscribes, this person receives a tag. So here I just figured out that we can, tag lead magnets. So if you have a landing page with a web form and you offer an ebook in exchange for an email address, then you can assign a tag ebook lead, for example. Yeah, and then immediately after that, you send a welcome message. Yeah, so of course this message will contain the link to the ebook. Yeah, or you can just send the ebook right away. But the thing is that you've got a very, very simple yet effective marketing automation workflow. And the cool thing is that you will be able to track the people who subscribed through this particular landing page. Yeah, so you will be able to calculate, let's say, the ROI of a campaign to the people who subscribed and downloaded your ebook. So this way you will be also able to check maybe how your content influences the purchase. Yeah, you will be able to actually see the difference perhaps between like people you've reached through social media and people you've reached through a particular landing page. People who subscribed without like receiving any kind of content, so on and so forth. So as you can see, there are like plenty of possibilities. There are plenty of options. But the thing is that you can use very simple marketing automation workflow to use tags and to assign tags to particular groups of people, and then segment your list and send personalized, targeted communication, right? So yeah, let's just go through it once again. So first of all, you need to create your resources. Yeah, and as you remember, okay, let's just start with your target audience. This is very important. So just think about the people who will or who be your potential customers, who eventually will become your customers. Yeah, so who is really interested in what you have to offer in your product or your service. Then create your resources. So as you remember, it needs to be a web form, because this web form actually allows people to subscribe. So this is the moment, this is the place where you actually put your email address and then click the subscribe button. A landing page. So this is a simple website with a link, and you can promote it via social media. You can also anywhere you wish online. Yeah, so you don't actually need to have your own website. If you have a landing page with a web form, you can use it. So for example, those of you who have a full store, you can use an iPad, for example, with a landing page. It looks really good. And then people could subscribe, during the purchase, right? So you could actually, without having your website, you can still actually use email marketing effectively, and you can build your email list, in your physical location, using a simple landing page and a web form. And a lead magnet. So, think about anything that will be valuable to your target audience, and that will help convince people to sign up. So it might be an ebook, a checklist, some resource kit, like a photo or a discount, anything that your target audience or like your potential customers will find valuable. Then use social media to reach target audience, right? So actually use like Facebook lead ads. This is very effective, and this is the moment where actually you need to think about the budget, but still you will be able to calculate your cost per lead, right? So you'll be in full control of your budget. So when you spend $30, you will know exactly how many people subscribed, and you will be able to calculate your return on investment. So you will be able to see actually how many of these people who subscribed through Facebook bought something eventually, right? So then in this way you will be able to optimize the whole process. Yeah, because if you know that you make enough money, like spending $30, maybe it's a good idea to just put 300 in and see what happens, right? So actually, this is a very good idea to test, improve, and scale your business. Partner up with other businesses, yeah. So just think about other companies that also like try to approach like similar people, I would say. So if their target audience is also like in any way similar to yours, so these are going to be the businesses you're looking for. So make sure that you find them and you partner up with them. It's definitely this process will be very creative, and it will help you build your list immensely. Run a webinar. So guys, if you are an expert on anything in your niche and you would like to just share valuable information with the right kind of people, right? So just make sure that you also try to run a webinar. All you need to do actually is to just create a landing page again, yeah, with a web form, and people who are who would like to participate in your webinar would just sign up, and that's it. And you are going to build your email list through a webinar. Cool. And build your list offline. So physical location, like in store, or like at an event, yeah, conference. Think of any, I don't know, any kind of place where the right people are. So think where your target audience is. You can also create this landing page and have an iPad with you, or simply collect business cards. Yeah, this is another way. Just if people are interested, you can always like ask them if they are like willing to receive information from you, and if they agree, you can easily put their email address on the list, right? And then I would highly recommend segmenting your list as well. So just make sure that you pay attention to the source, and you can actually later on just compare. And if you know that, for example, Facebook or LinkedIn is a great way for you to just use those paid lead campaigns, and that for like a small budget you've received enough leads to just justify the whole process, you will be actually I mean, it will be easier for you to allocate bigger budget next time, right? And just get more leads, get more business, grow your list, because this is actually why we do it. Yeah, the thing is that you want to have like a huge I mean, basically you want to have a big contact list, but we are always talking about high quality email list, right? So actually you need to make sure that people who are on your list are the people who are potentially your customers. All right, cool, guys. So this been those like 30 minutes I've planned for today, and we can just go straight to the Q&A session. So if you have any kind of question, I will be happy to answer it. But also, we are also probably gonna like collect all those questions, some of them, and just create blog posts after that. But yeah, let's just. Right, so guys, do you have any questions? Okay. Yeah, GDPR, cool. How to be offline. So I think about like I'm thinking about creating a web form, right, and using, for example, an iPad, and then you can still like make sure that everybody knows that they comply with GDPR, right? So you need to make sure that within your web form you've got those check boxes, and everything is like legal, perfectly legal, and according to the European regulations. So this is simply easy. I've been in a situation recently where actually a lady in one store, she wanted to put my email address in the system, but she actually also informed me about the GDPR regulations, and still she asked me if I want to, if I agree, right? If I accept. So yeah, so this is it. But basically you can use an iPad with your web form, yeah, and still you can create a web form that is GDPR compliant, and you will be, you will be sure that everything is according to the regulations. Okay, what else? Ideas for calling leads and then get email address. Calling leads, I'm just thinking about that. It's like, well, you mean like, well, For example, if you are at an event, right, and then like, you know, there are a lot of people who are interested in let's say that you give a presentation, or basically you just network, you talk to people, and these people are interested, and they give you a business cards. So then, sure, if you are not sure if they actually agree, you can call them, and then actually, you know, if they do, you can just put their addresses on your list. But so I'm just thinking about, you know, like try to figure out where your target audience is and try to network, try to mingle, and still actually you can ask people for just giving you the business cards. And this is also an offline way to build your list. Yeah. Okay, can we create a webinar at GetResponse? Yes, yes, yes. There is a feature. Actually, today's webinar is I mean, we're running it on GetResponse. So basically, you will be able to do everything we are doing right now. So you can be sure that you can also, like, you know, you can create your landing page with a web form to promote your event, to promote your webinar, and then you will be able to do pretty much, you know, something like we are doing right now. Yeah, okay, maybe. What budget do you recommend to start a campaign with? Oh, this is a very good question, because it all actually depends on, you know, on the kind of budget you would like to start with. So the thing is, I would recommend, like, you know, starting like small even, so you can just start with like $50, or just, you know, I don't know actually the particular place you're in, so it might be any currency. But the thing is, like, you know, try to start small, but what is really important is actually try to create this kind of communication flow that will be very effective. So I'm thinking about, you know, like make sure that you actually reach the right people. So think about them, and then create a web form that will be, you know, appealing, and actually they will like to sign up. So then you can invest, like, I don't know, $30, 30 euro, or like, you know, 30 zlotys, whatever, and then you will see how many leads you've generated. And you will be able also to see the quality, because, for example, you know, if a lot of people subscribe but nobody makes a purchase, well, then from the business perspective, it's not well spent budget. But still, if you actually allocate the same budget, so you spend like $30 and you receive like only 3 or 4 leads, but still like 50% of these people make a purchase, then it actually might be a great investment. Yeah, and then you will clearly see that, you know, it's a good idea to invest much more to get, like, you know, not too many leads, I would say, but still, like, you know, enough of people who actually make a purchase. Yeah, so I would recommend starting small, but still, like try to think about the communication. So what is the lead magnet? What is the incentive? Why should people subscribe? Yeah, why should they be, you know, why should I join your mailing list? So think about the whole communication. Think about your plan and the kind of, you know, structure, the sequence of your email marketing, and then, yeah, start small, see what happens. Okay, so I guess that we have like we've answered basically the questions so far. If there is anything left, we will go through the chat here. We will see actually if there are, like, you know, any kind of other question, and we will you know, make sure that we answer all of these. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before actually, you know, we leave, I just wanted to tell you that there is a list building program for everyone in GetResponse. So, you know, if you all you need to do basically is just to sign up, and then you can enjoy this list building program. So in 90 days, you will also learn how to build your email list effectively. So for all those of you who feel like, you know, they would like to know more and earn a certificate, so just, you know, make sure that you also visit this list building program. It's for free. It's available right now. So, you know, just highly recommend to get started, because this is something that, you know, is definitely related to today's webinar. Cool. Okay. Thank you, guys, for joining us today and for being such an active group. Yeah, as promised, we're going to send you a link to watch and download the presentation. So, you know, you will have everything you need to build your list fast. and effective. Cool. Thanks again, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the next GetResponse webinar soon. See you guys.